Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on your time zone. Thank you for taking out your time again to join us today on Wisdom Minutes. We've been having a very important conversation on the attention economy. Today is the third episode on this series. Without wasting much of your time, let me dive right into what we want to discuss today. Get the full gist. I will encourage you to watch the first two episodes. Now, I want you to take a deep breath because what I'm about to tell you might hit you very hard, but it's very true. Neither waste nor spend time. Always invest time. Time is always invested. Whether we know it or we don't know it, our time is always invested. I began this conversation by reminding us that the unit of measurement of life is time. The accurate unit of measurement of time is actually attention. Time you hear somebody saying that they want to spend quality time, what are they talking about? They want to pay attention to something. Focus exclusively on that thing. And measure time in quantity or in quality. Qualitative measurement is the crux of the matter, and that is where you pay your attention. Quantitative measurement just talks about, we talk about minutes, hours, days, and all that. But real matter is what you paid your attention during the passage of that time. That's what determines what that time was invested in. So time was never spent nor wasted, but it was always invested. Those years, weeks, you thought you wasted. You didn't waste them. You actually invested them. Of course, you might not have invested them consciously on what you desire, but it doesn't matter. Result will always come, whether you are conscious of it or you're unconscious of it. Now, since result is going to come, why don't we pay close attention to this and ensure that we are investing our time on what really matters, on what we desire. If you idle away years, I hate to be a bearer of bad news, but let me tell you that you actually invested those time, maybe in poverty, because idleness is one of the things that leads to poverty. If you spent years or months in unhealthy lifestyle, you might have invested in sickness. Now, this is the good news. Like someone said, when we learn from our mistakes, it is no longer a mistake. It becomes the price paid for the lesson learned. That again, when we learn from our mistakes, it is no longer a mistake. It becomes the price paid for the lesson learned. What I want you to get today, every time you spend was invested. And this investment doesn't need to be conscious. It's a very serious matter. Understanding this will now make you that to take that quality decision again, that from today, you will ensure that all your time is invested on what matters. What is today's date? What's the time? How many hours have you spent today? How many hours are you going to spend for the end of today? Are you going to put that time to conscious use, or you allow it to pass? Like I said, it doesn't just pass, it's always invested. Whether you invested it in what matters or what doesn't matter, it doesn't really count. The important thing is that it's invested and it is always going to produce results. Result might not be palatable. Result might be palatable. What determines it is where you invested your time. See you again on the next episode. Till then, have a very beautiful